Hi everyone, this is the Queen Bee coming at you, and today my tools are my jump ring mandrel, my flush cutters, there we go, my nylon jaw pliers, and my chain nose pliers. That is all. 20 gauge copper. This stuff is anti-tarnish, so it's got a coating on it. I'm going to be using some bare 26 gauge copper. And what else? My chartreuse, 26 gauge chartreuse wire that you saw me use in my last video as well. Now, I'm opening the package because for some reason I didn't open it first. It's a piece of a teardrop shape cabochon of Prehnite. It's a gorgeous green stone with those kind of dark green inclusions that you see. They look like little threads or pins or something. They're so cool. And the size is 20 by 30 by 7 millimeters. And I'm using an earring that I had. I used the other briolets from the other corresponding earring in another project, so I was left with one. There's clear quartz, apatite, and peridot briolets on that earring. And you will see them as a decoration at the end. Alright, so I'm just kind of measuring right now. You know me, just kind of guesstimating what I want to do for length and sort of looking at how I want to weave it and, you know, all those things one considers. So I'm just cutting, I'm going to cut 3 lengths of copper, 20 gauge copper, at about 8 inches long. They're not terribly long, because I just needed to go around the perimeter of the stone and have some length for the bail and some length for the back. So I don't need that much. But I kind of decided at the last moment that I wanted to do something. I wanted to do like a more formal weave. My last video with the Kandinsky Tree of Life pendant that I did was kind of a more informal wrap. So I thought I would make a little more kind of structured weave and stuff, just for a change of pace. So now I'm just splaying out the ends of the wires so that I can see which one is which. I'm taking my 26 gauge weaving wire and I'm going through the middle. So I'm going to start wrapping around the 2 lower wires, the wires that are closer to me. I'm going to do that 3 times. Like that. And then I'm going to do another 3 wraps around the top wire and the middle wire. So the 2 wires that are closest to you, the common denominator being the middle wire, kind of always gets wrapped. So I call this the 3x3 wrap because it's 3 base wires and 3 loops around the around both wires, as you see here. And you just do this wrap for the length that you need, and just bend it around as you go, and you'll see how much length you actually need. Now for this part, I've sped myself up because it's kind of intense right here. Okay, as I said, I've sped myself up, and I'm just starting the process of bending the wires to the back so that I can start securing my cabochon. And the reason I sped it up was because in real time this took some finesse, so that's why you don't need to see it in actual real time. You're smart, you know what's going on. Yeah, so I'm just going to curl some wire. Well, those 3 long wires actually at the back. Just gently bend them right now, and then I will start doing the final adjustments shortly. Alright, so I'm just starting to curl those wires that are coming out from the back. I'm just starting to curl them around the weave that I did to begin the final securing process. And I'm just curling them, and I'm just sort of pinching them down in between the cab and the weave. And that's it's actually useful for the ornamentation that I will be doing later on in the process. So here I am using my mandrel to make the bail. Just taking those short wires and wrapping them around one of the steps on my mandrel. You can use whatever size or whatever you want to make your bail, or you can make your bail in an entirely different way, however you want to do it. I just wanted a super quick, simple, easy bail. Now I'm just cutting the excess length off of the bail wires there. It doesn't need to be that long. And then I will bend those ends around the back, the wires at the back. Okay, now we're coming to the next part of this endeavor, which will be doing the embellishment. So I'm taking my chartreuse artistic wire and I've wrapped it around a couple of times at the back to start it, and I put on one of my briolets and I'm going to just start wrapping around the loop, around the wires that are looped around to the front. I'm just using those as my support. And what I want to do is kind of, instead of using briolets in their traditional dangly kind of a way, I'm going to wrap them and make them look kind of like I don't know, like dewdrops or something. Kind of emphasize their bigger not worry about the pointy part as much. The pointy parts of them will be hidden, and you'll just see the bigger round drop parts of them. I've put on an apatite, a blue apatite briolet. And I'm going to be using a similar technique, well, probably the same really, technique for doing this as I did in my previous video, where I'm going to put on the stone that I want and then just kind of wrap it a couple of times around itself. Here goes another piece of apatite, and I'm just wrapping it around both the support structure and the kind of cluster that I'm making with the drops. It looks really cute when it's done. So there's 3 right now. See how the drops are kind of sticking out? So they look kind of like, yeah, like water or something. And I'm putting on my peridot piece right now. Those were expensive. That was an expensive set of drops. Oh, and there goes the last big piece of quartz. And now I'm going to make sure that the whole group is supported. And then I'm going to wrap the wire in between and kind of weave it around all of the drops so that they're all nice and secure and they will not move, because that would be a shame if they moved, because they will break, and that's a sad, sad day. The faceting on these stones is just fantastic. So I'm just going around and around. There's no real rhyme and reason. There we go. See how the wire goes in between them? I think that's really pretty. Now I'm going to start bringing the green wire to the back, and I'm going to start wrapping it around the wires that are on the back of the stone. And this is going to be how I end the wire and kind of secure everything. Just for my own peace of mind more than anything. Okay, so there's the back. I've wrapped it a few times. And there's the front, and you'll see the bail. I just splayed those 3 wires apart just for a bit of interest. But yeah, I really like this piece. I think it's really fun, and it wasn't hard to do. Just takes a little bit of time, that's all. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you around YouTube and Facebook. Bye!